Hi, this time we're going to talk about what gets noticed. This draws on the work of a guy called Robert Cialdini, who wrote a book called Influence, Science and Practice, in which he looks into the theory of how human beings are influenced and what they respond to and what grabs their attention. And if you're serious about communicating, you really owe it to yourself to give it a read. We're going to try and tie this back to some of the things that we observed in networking behaviour during our research project. Basically, there are three key principles that relate back to Cialdini's work which we found were important in networking: reciprocation, social proof, and consistency. Reciprocation is about doing something for somebody first. Sometimes it's called giver's gain. Essentially, we're kind of programmed in human psychology that if somebody does something for us, we feel that we're under an obligation to do something back. This could be in the form of help, it could be a referral, it could be a free download on a website which basically tells the customer or the prospect something that's useful to them. Then we've got social proof. This is that if somebody else tells your audience that you're good, they're more likely to believe them than they are to believe you. This is why it's generally considered important to get hold of testimonials that can be put on a website or in a proposal or on a social medium profile, which just lets the world know that other people think that you'll do a good job on what you say. And finally, another issue is getting back to people quickly. Our research shows that people use this as a touchstone of how reliable people are likely to be. Consistency then finally is important too. It's the basis of branding, and branding in many ways is dependent on the reliability, the consistency of the operations which lie behind the marketing story. And that's the basis of repeat business. Some other things that Cialdini talks about that gets you noticed are surprise and contrast. If you do things that are slightly different or in a slightly different way, it will make you stand out from the crowd, and as long as the operational side behind it is up to speed, then it will work well for you. Associating with success and looking good is important. You get a kind of halo effect if you associate with people who are famous or who are influential. And it's no accident that the research shows that if you carry yourself well, if you look good, if you present yourself in an attractive way, you're more likely to get business than if you don't. Other things which are important are time limits and things that are forbidden. If you put a time limit on an offer, then people are more likely to take it up. And we all know that when the BBC banned Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols, it went straight to #1. And finally, being likeable is really important too. All other things being equal, people will give business to people they like. So in order to help yourself networking and promoting yourself, if you have a good grasp in some of these principles and apply them consciously, you'll start to get some better results. Thank you.